Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the North Brunswick Township Board of Education regular public meeting. Today is Wednesday, February 4th. Could we all please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Carter.
Here.
Ms. Cepeda.
Here.
Ms. James.
Here.
Mr. Lagori.
Here.
Dr. Patel.
Here.
Mr. Singh.
Here.
Ms. Sinha.
Here.
Ms. Toth.
Here.
And Mr. Wen.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, the public notice of this meeting, which included the time, date, and location, was distributed by 3 p.m. on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, in the following manner. Posted on the bulletin board reserved for announcements in the board office, 25 Linwood Place, North Brunswick. Mailed to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, NJ.com, and the clerk of the Township of North Brunswick, and delivered to the 9 duly elected board members. Well, good evening, everyone. It's great to see a full house for our first regular public meeting of the year. So I welcome all of you to our board building. We encourage any and all to come out to our meetings and hear the happenings going on within the board and our school district. We do have a lot to cover tonight. We have a lot to celebrate. It's great to see students, staff, parents, family members. So before we start our presentations, I will turn it over to Superintendent Zakowski.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone, and I want to wish the millions of viewers that are watching tonight. So we have millions of viewers. Welcome to our board meeting. Our first presentation is from a longtime staff member, a wonderful staff member at the high school, MBTHS. Recently, the township runs in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, a wonderful program, and this year's recipient, I was very thrilled to learn, was our own Dorothy Lamar, our science teacher at the high school, and she won the Human Rights Award given out by the township, and so I was very impressed and always impressed with Miss Lamar, and so we thought it would just be appropriate that the board would give her full recognition as well to honor her for her tribute by the township. And without further ado, I think someone who could speak even better on her behalf, who works with her on a daily basis, is our high school principal, Mr. Michael Neller. Mr. Neller, if you want to come up and we'll...
Thank you.
Good evening. It is my pleasure tonight to speak about one of our science teachers at the high school. This is Dorothy Lamar. Do you want Dorothy to come up, Dr.?
Absolutely.
Come on up, Mr. Lamar.
You always stay down in the limelight, you know that,
Dorothy joined the MBTHS staff over a decade ago after beginning her career in the New York City public schools. She is a longtime public resident, or North Brunswick Township resident, whose two children, Xavier and Zaria, both graduated from MBTHS. At MBTHS, she is a member of our science department, where she currently teaches courses such as biology and environmental science. She holds her students to high academic standards to promote their growth and success in school. Outside of the classroom, she has been very involved in various clubs and activities, including in the past, advising our Mock Trial Club and Black Cultural Alliance. Currently, she is serving as the Class of 2026 advisor, preparing the seniors for their final culminating events of their high school career that are coming up this spring. And she is also serving as an HBCU college-bound mentor. She is part of a group of educators at MBTHS who put together the first ever trip designed to provide our students with the opportunity to visit and to consider admission to historically black colleges and universities in the Mid-Atlantic states and is actively part of the planning process for this year's upcoming trip in the spring. For these reasons, Mrs. Lamar was recognized by North Brunswick Township as the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Human Rights Award this past month. Our school district is lucky to have Mrs. Lamar serve the community through educating its youth and preparing them for the future. You are truly deserving of this recognition.
We have a resolution that we'd like to read for you. Permanently will go into our board minutes. Be it resolved by the Board of Education, Township of North Brunswick, County of Middlesex, in the state of New Jersey, that the said Board of Education recognizes the outstanding efforts of Dorothy Lamar, science teacher at North Brunswick Township High School, and expresses its sincere appreciation for her dedicated services and meaningful contributions to the students of North Brunswick. And whereas the Board of Education of the Township of North Brunswick extends its warm appreciation and heartfelt thanks to Ms. Lamar for being named the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Human Rights Award recipient. Whereas this award stands as a wonderful reflection of Ms. Lamar's steadfast dedication as a member of the North Brunswick Township School District that demonstrates the vision of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through her daily actions impacting the life of others. Now therefore be it resolved that public recognition and commendation be given to Dorothy Lamar for her unwavering compassion, selflessness, and outstanding generosity impacting the students of North Brunswick Township. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered into the official minutes of the Board of Education, that a copy be presented to Dorothy Lamar as a token of the board's appreciation and gratitude. Congratulations. Yeah, please.
Millions of viewers at home.
Nella, thank you for making me sound so wonderful. I'm so happy to have received this award, to have been honored. I'm glad that it is still recognized that it's not only important of what we do, but how we do it. I see some of my present and former students in the audience, so I want to say that I push you because I know that the world that you're going to be entering is very challenging, and I want you to be as prepared as possible. So I want to do my part, not only making you great in your content, but also great people. Thank you to Mr. Neller, all of the school's administration, Dr. Zykowski. I want to also especially thank Ms. Gamble for creating the HBCU College Bound program that has allowed me to fulfill a passion beyond being a content specialist. I love just pouring into our students, our children of North Brunswick, so that they can be great like I feel my children were made to be great by being students here in town.
Our athletic director, Mr. Sean Morrell. Mr. Morrell, welcome.
Thank you all for being here. We will give certificates to the athletes through the high school. I think it'll be a little bit easier at this particular time. So you will get yours through the athletic department, all right? I'd like to honor the 12 athletes here today and a couple of the teams who have shown great accomplishments over the fall season. We like to thank their coaches for all their hard work, parents for all your support, all those late nights, all the driving that you're doing, and all the listening to your student athletes or your sons and daughters come home and tell you all about their successes and or failures. So we appreciate everybody. Today I'd like to start off by calling up Coach Megan Carroll for girls soccer.
Hi, everybody. I'm very proud to be the coach for such a great group of young female athletes. Each player is an asset to the team. However, the three being recognized today impressed not only me as their coach, but also the entire Greater Middlesex County as well. Starting with Noemi, who's a senior and a team captain. She's been a varsity starter since she was a freshman. She's consistent, driven, and has a great work ethic. Because of this, she elevates her teammates around her. I have loved to watch her play the past 4 years, and the team is really going to miss her in the center of our field next season. She received all-state recognition in 2023, 2024, and 2025, all-white division in 2024, all-blue division in 2025, and all-conference, all-GMC in 2025. Marcella is a technical as well as tactical. She's a versatile player, has moved in a multitude of positions throughout the season. This has made her recognizable to other coaches in the GMC. She leads by example, and the players around her emulate her positive attitude and poise on the ball. She received all-state recognition in 2025 and 2024, and all-blue division in 2025. And last but not least, we have Amy Sordo. She's our starting goalkeeper on the varsity team. She's become a very dynamic voice in the back and has shown leadership qualities from the net. Amy leaves all she has in the net and on the field when she gets to go on sometimes. Her tenacity is admirable. She received all-state recognition in 2025 and all-blue division in 2025 as well. To conclude, these three girls are more than deserving of all these accolades. They are exemplary young women in their own ways and are a wonderful representation of North Brunswick athletics and North Brunswick Township. Great job, girls. Congratulations. Come up. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, it's all right. You can send it to her. Just a little slow and steady. You'll lift that slow in the soccer field. Thank you. You got one? I can send you this too.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations. Next up, we're going to introduce boys soccer. Just a little bit about boys soccer. This year had a tremendous season. They were Central Group 4 sectional champions. I think they shocked a lot of people by putting it together at the right time. All the coaches and all the players knew that they could do it. We had some conversations at the beginning of the year. There was some excitement about what would happen if this team started to play well at the right time. So we knew that coming in, and it was great to see that they followed through. They were also made it to they were Group 4 state finalists. First time in how many years, Coach? 27 years. Okay, got to that final game. Outstanding accomplishment this year for these young men. And I think most of their losses, if not all of them, this season were by one goal. So they were certainly a challenge no matter who they played. And they played a lot of talent this year. A lot of top-ranked teams in the state of New Jersey. So congratulations. And Coach Rohall is the NewJersey.com Coach of the Year as well. So congratulations, Coach. We can get Coach Montoya and Coach Carino to come on up, too. Don't be shy to the other coaches. You know, you guys were instrumental, too.
I'd like to first thank Mr. Morrell, athletic director, and the training staff at the high school and the administration at MBTHS, allowing me to coach soccer at the high school. Also, I'd like to thank Coach Montoya, my JV coach, Coach Garino, my freshman coach, Coach Harris, who's also a volunteer, coach, part of the coaching staff, and then my brother, who's also part of the coaching staff and volunteers. The team's final record was 15-10 this year, so the 2025 boys soccer team are Central New Jersey Group 4 sectional champions, as well as Group 4 state finalists, as Mr. Morrell had said. A feat that hasn't been done in nearly 30 years in this storied program. The team is comprised of 17 seniors and 7 juniors. A group of seniors I actually had coached as freshmen 4 years ago. as a freshman coach. I'm certainly not surprised standing in front of you today, speaking about their performances and outcomes from the fall of their senior year. I knew 4 years ago this was going to be a very special group. So on our state final run this year, it felt refreshing to show Montgomery the door in the first round after being eliminated by them last year. Also beating high school soccer powerhouses like Monroe, Marlboro, Hunterdon Central, and the defending state champions from last year, Southern, en route to the state finals. This special group of players will always be appreciated and remembered in my life for the efforts of this season. They've laid the groundwork for the future teams and players to come through this celebrated program. I'm going to talk about a few players too that earned some postseason accolades. That would be Peter Kassouf, got all-county, all-division, and all-state recognition. He's a team captain, scored 6 goals, 5 assists. He's the heart of the team. He told me before the season that he was going to bring this program to new heights, return it to a glory. And he did just that. He's an athlete of his word. Peter Kassouf's play and awareness were vital for us to have the game go our way. He has an innate ability to make others around him lift their level of play to an elite level. He was a commander of the midfield and controlled the flow of the game. He led the way in the game against Hunterdon Central for our first sectional championship since 1998. He's a one-of-a-kind player. It's Peter Kassouf. Next guy I'm going to talk about is Joshua Bonsu. He also had gotten all-county, all-division, and all-state. He scored 7 goals, had 4 assists in the season. Most, if not all, the teams feared this player. He's the first person that every coach would ask about was my number 7. Started the season the way he started this season the way he started his career here at North Brunswick with a hat trick. Freshman year, it was against Monroe. This year, it was against our rivals, New Brunswick, in an opening game of the season en route to a 5-0 victory. He's headed to Stockton University next year to play, where I'm sure he's going to leave his mark on the program. He's an absolute monster in the midfield. That's Joshua Bonsu. And the final player I'm going to talk about today is William Tall. He made all division this year. I was trying to get him into that conference team, but he missed it by 1 spot. Captain for our team, anchor for our defense. The only player amongst this senior group to play all 4 years of varsity. And although he wasn't on the stat sheet a lot this year, he was largely impactful every game. A leader on and off the field for players to look up to and model themselves after. Other teams needed to know where Will was so they can go where he wasn't, but that was impossible. He was everywhere, from communicating commands to his fellow teammates and defenders to shutting down some of the state's premier goal scorers. Will help shore up our defense and bring teams to a scoring halt. He will be taking his talents to Montclair State next year, where he will make an impact right away for that soccer program. William Tall. Soccer team, come on up, join us.
Great job.
coaches, and congratulations. Girls tennis could not be here today, Coach Fitzpatrick, but the girls tennis team did win the White Division Sportsmanship Award, so we congratulate them. Next up, Coach Grimes for the cross-country team. Coach Grimes is here a lot. Every season now, Coach.
Thank you. Good evening. I wish I was coming up before soccer because that's a tough act to follow. This is Coach Rusky. She's the heir apparent. She's going to take over for me next year. We brought her on because we had to make some changes and we had to bring back some enthusiasm and fire to the cross-country program. And she did just that. Girls, come here real quick. Athletics first, please. So these two young ladies took charge and made all division. This young lady right here is Gabriela Juarez. She's a junior captain. She lost all of last spring in summer training. Could not run due to a bad hip injury, so to make it back and make it to all division is pretty impressive. For distance running, you can't sit. You can't just come back and get right to it. It takes months to get back. Somehow in 30 days, she got back to full strength. And really great, I like Sean. Most importantly, she's the most enthusiastic person on the course. After running a 5K, she would cheer every single person in without taking a break. I don't know how she did it. Sound like the best is walking up here right now. So, but yeah, she's going to be the firepower that Coach Rusty gets to work with. We have a very young squad coming back next year, so she'll be their leader. And the very well-dressed young lady right here is our senior captain, Shanti. She spent the entire season injured, but she ran to a point to make all division. She had a bad knee, a bad calf, bad toes. Every day was something. I don't know, man. I lost track, but she never quit. Didn't miss any time, and she led by example and just fought every single time. A lot of the courses we ran on were very hilly and rocky, so not having your legs steady on the knees was very difficult to do so. So to make all division, doing that just shows you just how tough and tenacious she is. Well, actually, the team will miss her. The team will miss her an awful lot. Congratulations.
Next up, Coach Saipa for football.
Thank you, Mr. Morrell. Ruhan, Zach, and Sal, come on up. Thank you. I thank Dr. Zukowski and the board. I also want to thank Mr. Morrell for not making me follow the soccer team after the season I had. I do want to thank the soccer team and Coach Grimes' recent state championships and making North Brunswick proud. So congratulations to both of you. My three players not only were the captains of our team, also the first people to ever volunteer for any community service in the town. So yes, the season wasn't our best, but when you have guys like this, you can make anything really work within a team. You have guys that are leaders, guys that help around the community, which we're always very proud of. And not to mention, they're very good students. Sal, we're going to start with Sal. Had a great year. First off, all three, all conference, all division honors. Sal tied the school record for receptions in a season with 53, and is also in the top 10 for receiving yards and receptions in school history. Still has another year, so it's going to be even better for next year. Sal Famalin. Big man, Mr. Ruhan. Ruhan actually, as of this morning, signed to commit to play football at Lock Haven University. Division II PSAC school, great football school, and we're proud of him for that. Not a lot of guys can say they started 30 games in their career as an offensive lineman. Ruhan did. So we're really going to miss Ruhan, and congratulations to Ruhan on his future success. Last but not least, the side pot legacy, my man Zach, my nephew Zach. Zach finishes his career top 15 tackles all time. He's actually, I can't believe I'm even saying this for a side pod, but he is top 10 passing yards in a season. He's a side pod, he was never a quarterback. But he did it as a linebacker, threw for over 1,000 yards as a quarterback, and anything we asked for Zach, he did. Great linebacker, great on offense, and great at everything he ever did in this. And the one thing I can say, again, as a season, these guys have great careers, especially, Sal when we're here, Ruhan, Zach, awesome football careers at North Brunswick. Zach is in the midst of about 3 or 4 schools that he's going to land, and his football career is not over yet, and I know that. So thank you, and congrats to these guys. Save your pictures. No, come on, Ruhan. Not too close.
And lastly, we have our head coach, Coach Brian Muller, for girls volleyball.
Good evening, everybody. Cadence Green, can you please come up? Cadence Green earned all division. Cadence is a senior this year at the high school. Cadence has been a part of our program for the last 4 years. She's been on the varsity team for the past 3 and a 2-year start. What makes this honor even more special is that this is not even her main sport. So all her work and hard work and dedication in the summer and the off season to gain this in a sport that's not even her main sport speaks so much to her. I can't wait to see all those honors that she racks up in the softball season and what she does next year.
Thank you all again, and we look forward to a productive winter and spring season. Thank you.
Mosquito, you're up. They're not staying for you? Yeah.
Stay for my report.
Yeah.
My report. Oh my God. 4 boys. I'm a boy mom. It's so good to see those years. I know it was so special. I still teach because I remember him. You don't want to. It's so good to see you. I'm going to tell Stephen that's good you came.
I didn't see Janine. I would invite him on the supervisor for this little. Yeah, they have to get Janine.
You're the first reason.
Yeah, she hit it.
You're on.
You're on.
As required by the state, New Jersey Department of Education, school districts are required to report on what is called a violence and vandalism report, which can be found on pages 19 and 20 of tonight's agenda. What we are presenting tonight is from reporting period 1, which the state starts July 1st and ends December 31st. We will be back this summer on reporting period 2, which is the second half of the school year. It's working, though. All right, I could do both.
Yeah.
All right, well, that would be great. Thanks. Oh, there we go. So we are required by the state of New Jersey, as you can see on page 19, to provide a side-by-side chart comparing this reporting period 1 to the prior year reporting period 1. This is generated by each school. As the district's anti-bullying coordinator, I oversee each school's anti-bullying specialists who work with administration to input the data into what the system that you see here on your chart. I do want to point out, as you can see, what these numbers also show, and I'm going to provide a little bit of context as well. In the first row, the incidents, which do include HIV confirmed, although we did see a slight increase of less than 10 from the prior school year. Again, our reporting of HIV confirmed actually went down. Out of that 67, which includes all those types of incidents, there were only 12 HIV confirmed as opposed to 20 the reporting period 1 from the 24-25 school year. So although that number slightly increased in other incidents, our HIV confirmed number actually went down by 8. So I thought that was important to share. We did decrease in other incidents leading to removal by almost 100. And again, to give some more context, going back 2 school years, we're down 180 of those types of incidents from 2 years ago total. So we continue to decrease. HIV alleged is 12. For those who may, and again, sometimes it gets confusing, like what's HIV alleged, but what's confirmed. HIV alleged is any HIV claim that is reported by a parent or a staff member that meets, at least on its surface, what could be HIV, according to the state definition. And then the school anti-bullying specialist is required to investigate. It may not be founded, and that's what these are. These are ones that were submitted that on the surface met criteria that could be HIV, but once investigated, were not. So the other numbers there show our trainings. The thing with our training the first half of the year is a lot of it is procedural, and all of our anti-bullying specialists, we don't have any new ones this year. So they've already received the types of trainings that out-of-district offers, like New Jersey law firms offer for us. They've already attended. So you'll actually see this number increase in the spring because there's more trainings available. HIV programs we continue to increase, and those are also listed on pages 19 and 20 for you to see. I did put here, although we're not required, I do like to, again, like I said, add some context. Again, 12 of the HIVs were confirmed, 12 were alleged, they were not founded or unsubstantiated, and 9 were actually preliminarily predetermined to not meet even to investigate, to meet any criteria to possibly investigate. That does not mean that code of conduct was not applied. It meant that it was conflict. So that's where that number comes in. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I do include in my presentation, just to show some of the trainings that occurred during reporting period 1. A lot are offered either virtual or in person. Legal 1 offers a lot that our specialists do attend. We do beginning of the year school-wide. I do anti-bullying specialist training. Mr. Miserol and I actually do substitute training on HIV once a month with any new substitutes. I also meet with my anti-bullying specialist one-on-one every quarter as well. So we go over their cases, we go over the questions they have, plus our general meetings of all of us together. This is not required in our report. However, I do like to present each reporting period. We do offer other trainings related to student behaviors because we know just because it may not meet the definition of HIV, we do have conflicts. So we do provide, just so you know, for the most part, these are all our own trainings that we offer in districts. Very few, some are out, but I wanted to show you that these are primarily all ours, that either our administration put on or that we bring vendors in. And then pages 19 through 20 do list all the HIV programs that our schools were involved in for the first part of the year. And we do see a lot of these are repeated. We could carry them throughout the whole school year. And reporting period 2 is January 1st to June 30th. So we do see some more because that's 6 months as opposed to the 4 months that they're in school. This presentation will be put on our website under our anti-bullying info page. All the links are there, and my HIV specialist will also share them out with parents frequently for any questions or concerns or just basic resources for parents. I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and thank you again. See you in July.
Thank you.
I do have a question. When is the next date of the report? July, okay.
All right, well, thank you. We appreciate your presentation, Ms. Kita, every year as you do this. So we will obviously approve all of those numbers and the presentation later in our agenda. On behalf of the board, I know a lot of our honorees left for the evening, but we really appreciate having a full audience, everyone coming out, and we are super proud of all of the hard work our students, put in during the classroom every day, but also they showcase their talents on, the courts and fields that they play on too. So it's great to hear all of the success that has gone on with the fall sports, and we look forward to having the winter and spring later this year. So at this time, we will move to more business on our agenda. Mr. Wen, would you please take item 6, meeting minutes?
Yes, Madam President. I would like to make a motion to approve the following board minutes. Conference regular public meeting minutes, December 10th, 2025. Executive minutes, December 10th, 2025. And reorganization minutes, January 7th, 2026.
Do we have, thank you.
Is that Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? The minutes are accepted.
Thank you. Assuming we have no communications this evening, Dr. Zakowski, we can jump to item number 8, reports, and we can jump to your administrative report.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone, again. As you know, today's February 4th, and it's really our January board meeting. We're kind of our January issues. We're wrapping up the month of January here on the first Wednesday of February. And I say that only because January was Board Appreciation Month. And, it's quite often it's taken for granted the amount of time and effort and work that's being put in by boards of education. And I see it throughout the state, but I really specifically experience it here in North Brunswick after many years as superintendent, now coming back. And I just thought I would take a few minutes to read a proclamation. It's not a board resolution because they didn't write it for themselves. It's a proclamation developed by Ms. Kita, Ms. Hawk, and myself. And I just want to read it, and then we're going to give each board member in recognition of all the work that you do for the district, for the community. So be it proclaimed tonight that the Board of Education is recognized for their outstanding efforts, and we express our sincere appreciation for their dedicated services and meaningful contributions to the students of North Brunswick. And whereas the school board members of the school district generously devote their time, energy, and expertise in service to the public, acting as dedicated volunteers committed to the success and well-being of all students. And whereas school board members serve as stewards of the community's trust by setting policy, overseeing district operations, ensuring fiscal responsibility, upholding high standards for public education, and working collaboratively with administrators, educators, families, community partners to promote equity, fairness, opportunity, and continuous improvement for every learner. And whereas their leadership, advocacy, thoughtful decision-making directly impacts student achievement, staff support, and overall quality of education provided throughout the district. And now therefore be it proclaimed, and we'll ask the board to accept their own appreciative proclamation. That the school district expresses its deepest gratitude and appreciation for all school board members for their selfless volunteerism, steadfast leadership, and unwavering commitment to public education. And be it further proclaimed that the students, staff, families, and community of the school district recognize and thank all of our school board members for their dedication, integrity, and service, which strengthen our schools and help shape a brighter future for all. So this was proclaimed, even though it's February 4th, for the month of January. So thank you, board members. And if I would ask my colleagues, Ms. Hawk and Amy, Ms. Keita, if we could hand these out. And I'll start off by giving the board president. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
And here, if you could send to Rosa. And I know our Madam Vice President.
Thank
you
you.
for all your service.
Much appreciated, Dr. Z.
You got it.
Thank you.
Mr. Carter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Good job, Manny. Service.
Dr. Patel.
Sister Wen.
Thank you.
Sinha. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm forward to working with you. There you go. And then Mr. LaBorre. Like always.
Thank you.
And so thank you again, board members. It truly is appreciated, not just by me as a superintendent, as I happen to be a board member, a non-voting board member, but by the staff. It was highlighted, for example, today, Madam President, you were able to come to see an ELL celebration. Board members, yes, we see you at all the celebrations. I saw Mr. Carter at the Township celebration of Martin Luther King. Mr. Singh and all other board members are constantly out and about, and we really appreciate that. In fact, we asked many of the teachers and staff members, get me the invitation so I can get it out, because this board really enjoys not only being board members because they make a difference, but being part of the team going out and giving value to all that's being done. And I think, Mia, you might even validate that, right? When you were honored by the township, many board members came out to see because you're part of the team, as Grayson is, and so on. So thank you again, board members, and we truly appreciate all that you do for us. Speaking of appreciation and honor in the month, this begins our Black History Month. As you know, started given credit by Carter Woodson, President Ford. You may remember him, short term after President Nixon. He kind of proclaimed February as for the U.S. as February being Black History Month. I saw Miss, as we honored Miss Dorothy Lamar. She was for a long time head of the Black Cultural Alliance. She's no longer doing that. She's doing so many other things. But they are having, and I know all of you experienced it, Friday night, February 27th, they're having their BCA program at the high school. So we'll send you reminders, but I just wanted to give a shout out to our millions of viewers that, it'll be a good night to continue and wrap up all the culminating activities that we do with our students throughout this History Month, Black History Month. Also, I'm asking the board members tonight, and even our community members, we have a consent agenda, and this came in just today, so I said I would include it in my report, but then ask the board, after you do a consent agenda, to do another motion. But let me just talk about it. We're going to ask for approval. 20 North Brunswick Township High School students were asked to participate in the Arts for Technology program and attend the Harlem Fine Art Show 2026 at the Glass House in New York City. It's all paid for. It's on a Saturday. The educational arts and cultural event held in recognition of Black History Month will take place Saturday, February 21st. As you can see, we don't have a full board meeting, so we wanted to make sure that we approve the transportation and, of course, the chaperoning and the permission for our students to go. Admission is out-of-state travel because New York is out-of-state, and admission is fully sponsored, and students will be accompanied by our school chaperone, Miss Radia Gamble. She is our vice principal, and there'll be a few other chaperones that we'll approve, but we just want you to know that our vice principal, assistant principal at the high school will be there to coordinate all that. And the bus will be departing at 8 a.m. and returning by 4 p.m. And so we'll ask you to make a motion, but that's just another, and we typically don't like doing that because we have a consent agenda, we build the agenda. However, this came in today and I really wanted to not disappoint Ms. Gamble and the children and have a chance to go see a wonderful, I think, an art show and cultural relationship to the Black History Month celebration. Continuing, I just want to know, we just had the fall awards, and next month or so we'll have the winter awards, but what a winter. Our girls wrestling team became 2-time wrestling GMC champions. When we were canceling snow, we were doing trips. It was a snowy Saturday. 6:30 in the morning, the girls boarded a bus, and I had to make a decision. I said, you know what? It's in East Brunswick. They'll wrestle, kick some, and win the darn thing, and then get back safely, and they did, thank goodness. And they was 2-time girls wrestling, and we'll be honoring them in the winter, but it's just a great shout-out. We put that out in the BOE Connect and our communications. And also, we saw our Coach Grimes, and he was also highlighted. He was a keynote speaker at the MLK Awards for the township. But we're going to be bringing him, I know we have millions of viewers, we'll be bringing him back up here again. We won the Group 4 Winter Season State Championship. And part of his MLK speech at this awards, at the township program, was really an inspirational speech, spoken like a true coach about never hearing players say they can't. And although they had a few injuries, and I think I reported this to the board, with a few injuries, we still went out and ran a great race, team weight race, and they won a Group 4 state title in Toms River. And his speech around MLK and the celebration really tied into a common theme of always focusing on your dream and never saying you can't. So what a pleasure to hear him speak. And he's not here, but we'll bring him back in the winter. But congratulations to our Group 4 winter track team. I also want to thank, I see the very prestigious executive team here of the MBTEA. I see, it says you're still part of it, Jen. You're missing a few, but I just want to thank them and the Board of Ed. We are focusing, as we look at benefits and health care, and all you hear is 35% increase, 24% increase. I just want you to know the board has taken a focus on the cost, but not in a pathway of saving money, although the idea is, of course, we use taxpayers' money as wisely as we can, but a focus on wellness, and it's been driving costs down for North Brunswick, therefore allowing us to run our programs, run our district without paying those escalating costs that seem to be going all over, and everybody seems to be subject to them, whether they're in a joint insurance fund, God forbid, in a state health plan, because it only went up 33%, but that's another story for another lecture. But we are in a self-insurance program that we've been monitoring our funds, and Ms. Hawk and her team monitor every penny. Well, did I say that? Every penny. And I have to sometimes say, stay away, step away. We're going to be okay. And our staff has we really went into this as a collaborative effort. And the board did 2 separate trips at night talking about creating a wellness partnership at a new health center in South Brunswick. It's the South Brunswick Board of Ed building. We're going to run a pilot program. We're near signing the agreement Remember, it's 2 phases. There's a managing care part of it, which we think is a critical piece. They give our employees, help us with directions and keeping them on top of their screenings and top of their health pathways. And of course, the convenience and maybe another center where in a case of emergency or for convenience, they will be able to use it. Now, it's a pilot, so the board is focused on no one's being forced to go. It's just another opportunity. And why did we ask the NJEA, MBTEA folks to come and visit? And they came, by the way, I don't think you've ever seen me 7 a.m. We were there 7 a.m. in the morning, and our breath was coming out because it was so darn cold. And we did a tour before the center opened up, and we were all impressed, not only the cleanliness, but the convenience and possibilities, really with just one focus of continuous wellness. And it can't happen unless we look at this healthcare as not a problem of cost escalation, but a problem of focus on wellness. So we certainly get our staff doing the right tests and staying focused on their wellness. Therefore, at the end of the day, we'll continue to be, as I mentioned, so many increases, but our self-insurance of all the funds that we've been involved in, ours would be the least amount of raise to our self-insurance. And the way it works with self-insurance is that we don't pay a premium, we pay actual costs as people use services. So using the right services on the right plans always help us, because every dollar that we save, it keeps our staff well, but we also are able to reinvest it back into the programs and students of the district. So I want to thank them here and thank you, board, for entertaining the idea and helping out with that initial investment. And I do also, I know our president wants to talk probably a little about the program today, and Dr. Ellis was there, and of course Ms. Kita. We had a wonderful program for our ELL students, or English language learners, at LP. And I know we're going to give a shout out to our ELL teacher, Sabika, and I'll let you talk about it. I don't want to take your thunder.
No,
because I asked
please.
our board president to come and say experiences. We had over 100 people in this climate come and just be there for their children and trust the school that this was a celebration, and it was really moving. And I was very proud to be there, and I know they felt very valued having that program and having representation from the superintendent's office and also our central office and of course the board. So I think that's it, Madam President. That will end my report for tonight, and thank you again, board. And I know the recognition comes a little late, but this is really our last meeting for January. So thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Zakowski. We really appreciate the recognition tonight. And, you know, we obviously, I think I could speak for the group that we all do this because we truly care. It's a lot of time and a lot of effort, but, you know, we really enjoy it and we make a great team, and we're lucky to have the support and the partnership with you all as well. So thank you. But just to touch on the end of Dr. Zakowski's report, what he had mentioned, I was honored to attend the ELL Valentine breakfast at Livingston Park. And Miss Sabika Husnan, who is an ELL teacher, ran the program, and we were just welcomed with open arms. It was such a nice program. There was probably 100 plus families that, you know, people in the gym. You know, whenever Dr. Zakowski mentions, you know, something to us, I always try to make an effort to come, especially, you know, during the workday. All of our schedules are very busy, and sometimes the events that we get invited to, we're not really too sure what we're walking into, especially, you know, me not having a child at that school or children in general. I just try to get to as many events as possible to see what it is about. And I kind of walked in blindly, if I'm being honest, and it was just red and pink and families and kids and Valentine's, and it was such a nice program. You can tell how connected their school community is with the ELL population, how the connection between the teachers, the staff members, the administration, and these families. So I do want to just give a shout out to Sabika because she had welcomed us with open arms this morning, and you can really see how much she loves this community and how much she loves this program. So, Sabika, if you're listening, you absolutely, blew us away today, and you did a great job, and we look forward to attending more of your events in the future. So congratulations to the entire LP team. So with that being said, we will jump to our student reports for the evening. We have Miss Brockman and Miss Montero. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen you guys, so I'm sure you have a lot to update us on.
When I walked in, I was just talking to Dr. Patel and Miss Sinha about how it felt like it's been like forever. It doesn't feel like the first meeting of the year at all. It feels like it just feels so weird.
We missed you.
Yes, definitely.
But it has been an incredibly busy month. I think probably our busiest one this year. So to start off our week coming back from break, we had our winter prep week. So students participated in theme days like Pajama Day, Twin Day, and Blue and Gold Day, and we held our winter prep rally where the winter athletes were celebrated, and the sophomores won their second straight Spirit Cup. I think that they have won for the past 2 years straight, which is incredible. They might win all 4 years, but we have not won once, the senior class, so it's a little disappointing. The Technology Club hosted a hackathon where they competed to code their own video game, which sounds insane to just think about. The class of 2028 held a successful trivia night with over 20 teams participating. It was a really fun event, a lot of energy. My team lost by 2 points, so I guess I got to come back next year and redeem myself. And the class of 2027 and 2028 will be hosting a pocketbook bingo and basket auction this Friday evening. Tickets are still available for anyone interested in attending. It's another very high energy event, very fun. So if you have the time and energy, you should definitely stop by.
Painted Words held their annual coffee house event, and it showcased how talented and creative some of our students are at the school. Alchemist Theater Company performed their successful run of Theater Review 2026, and now they're in the process of getting all the people to audition for the spring musical that's going to be held in April. And SGO hosted the annual talent show, which Innovation won, and the band Hush came in second place. And that's all. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Thank you.
Madam President, I may add, I almost forgot, Mia and Graceland, I think tomorrow is the wellness fair at the high school. I didn't put it in I have it down on my calendar, but I didn't put it in my report. So do you have any update on the wellness fair for us? I think it's at 6 o'clock at the high school.
It's at 6 o'clock at the high school, and it should end around 7:30, I think.
Great. And so we'll be there. But prior to that, the high school team, boys team, basketball is playing an undefeated team in Middlesex County. They're known for their mayor, not their basketball. But we're playing the Metuchen Bulldogs tomorrow night at our gym at Raiders Nation. So we'll be there, root against Metuchen. Let's go Raiders.
What time is that?
5:30 varsity start.
I wonder which side of the stands Mr. Bush will be sitting on.
That's a very good question, Mr. Bush.
It's a very, as an MBTHS graduate, it's a very, very difficult question indeed, and I will not answer it.
We'll see the billing reports.
Thank you for your report, girls. What is the play, the spring play? Do you know?
We don't know yet.
I
guess we'll find out closer to.
Great. We're looking forward to hearing about that. Thank you. So at this point, we will move to our committee reports. At the beginning of the calendar year, we have our reorganization, which we had earlier in the month of January, and then we restructured and moved around some of our committees with some incoming board members, outgoing board members. So I will announce and we will do reports on each committee. So we will start with, how about Mr. Carter, who is continuing to chair Business Operations?
Sure thing. Thank you, Madam President. The Business Operations Committee met on Wednesday, January 21st. We received status updates on the Construction Management Services RFP related to the referendum, the latest update on the ROD grants, which are substantially complete. On the agenda tonight, you'll find the following items. Finance item 3E related to the purchase of a new heated holding cabinet for food services, and finance item 3F related to the purchase of a new school bus. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. We have Dr. Patel, who is stepping in and chairing our negotiations committee. Thank you for stepping into that role. We do have negotiations coming up. So Not too much to report yet, but anything you want to add at this time?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Liguori, HR, thank you for stepping into that role. We're lucky to have you there, and I know you have a report for us tonight.
Thank you, Madam President. The Human Resources and Community Relations Committee did meet on Tuesday, January 20th to discuss various personnel topics. For those on tonight's agenda who are either retiring or resigning, the board thanks you for all of your service and wishes you well. There are new staff and many new substitute staff on tonight's agenda. We welcome them to our district, and we look forward to having you work with us here in North Brunswick. As of our committee meeting, any remaining or new vacancies for the 25-26 school year continue to be posted and can be found on our website, our social media pages, and posted in each of our buildings. For any open teaching positions, alternate route and traditional route candidates are both encouraged to apply. We also discussed these vacancies along with current and upcoming leaves of absences and how these positions may be filled, either with daily subs, long-term subs, or sixth period teaching assignments. Mrs. Kiedis shared that she'll be working with our administrators to attend at least 4 virtual job fairs coming up this winter and spring, one of which is this month on February 19th. We have several staff members on our agenda tonight who have earned additional credits to qualify for a degree level change, and we congratulate them on that achievement. The committee also discussed an update regarding the new Pathway to the Profession Award, and Mrs. Keita will be meeting with the final candidate to finalize the award and next steps towards acceptance of a full-time teaching position for us for the upcoming school year. Additionally, Mrs. Keita and Dr. Ellis will be working with a company called Leadline, which is a staff recruitment platform that helps promote the district, attract more qualified candidates, and hire staff more efficiently by building and maintaining a strong pool of applicants for current and future openings. Our contract with Leadline can also be found on tonight's agenda. And then lastly, Mrs. Keita reviewed the district's required biannual violence and vandalism report for the period of July 1 to December 31. That report is on tonight's agenda as it was presented earlier this evening. And that would conclude the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Liguori. We have one of our Legacy Education Committee members who stepped up to be chair this year. We're lucky to have Mr. Wen as the education chair. So I will go to you for your report.
All right, thank you, Madam President. I'll hold you guys captive for a little bit. The Education Committee met on Wednesday, January 21st as well. In the areas of the assessments and grants, we discussed the NJGPA retakes which were completed in fall of 2025. These were in math and ELA. A number of students passed the retake, and any students who did not pass will now need to go through the portfolio process. We also received an update to Project Achieve, which is an early intervention program for math for grades 1 to 3. We are also pursuing the High Impact Tutoring Grant, which is looking to fund their 3rd cohort. This grant is for a maximum of $160,000, and we would continue to partner with Imagine Learning, whom we work with during the initially awarded and completed grant. In the area of curriculum, instruction, and technology, our ELA/social studies supervisor, Mrs. Kate Dwyer, shared with us some updates from the 5th through 8th grade ELA task force update. And this is that there was a focus on science of reading and writing, and changes were made in courses based on the MAP and NJSLA results, focusing on fluency, vocabulary, background knowledge, and writing. We also had an update to the Impact Grant, which we applied for in the summer of 2025, and this grant was for approximately $198,000. The grant team met with Linwood and NBTMS leadership in September of 2025, and then in October to notify them of the grant. Task forces were created to review vendor materials, and there were vendor presentations on December 1st and 3rd. The staff were grouped to evaluate the vendors in specific areas, and through a thoughtful process, a vendor was selected. A pilot process with these new instructional materials will cover grades 5 through 8. Training took place, I think it was today, or last week, and starting on Monday, February 2nd. There will be several steps in this pilot, including community outreach, walkthroughs, and a final review. If it's favorable, then we would look to purchase these materials for academic year 26 to 27. We were also presented with a great opportunity for our AVID program. A tutoring proposal was shared with by Rutgers University Honors College. Students would come on site to the high school to support our AVID students. So more details come in the future. Looking forward to a few months, we are excited for the District Arts Festival, which will be held in the high school on Thursday, March 26th at 5:30 p.m. So put that on your calendars today. And finally, an item of note, which is in our agenda under Curriculum Instruction, Section 1, Item O, we have 6 NBTMS students who were accepted into the Middlesex County Arts High program. These students had to audition for the program back in December. These students will be taking courses ranging from visual arts, photography, and vocal music. Congratulations to these students. And that concludes my report.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr.
Madam
Wen.
President, may I just add,
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Wen. I met today with the middle school grade subject area leaders, and Miss Evelyn Genzano, who's been teaching ELA for us for a long time. I just want to say, you know, Miss Dwyer gave a report on the new ELA program, and she said, make sure, Dr. Z, I want to give you feedback. It's the best program she's ever been involved with. So just why I said I would let the board know, and she gave me permission to give that feedback, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Vice President James and I have the honor to be ex officios on each committee, so we equally serve on our committees. So we're lucky to be a part in getting all of the information that's being presented on a monthly basis. Our last two quick mentions and reports. We also have Mr. Ligori, who is serving as the liaison to New Jersey school boards and Middlesex County school boards. I don't know if you have anything this evening, Mr. Ligori, on that?
Really quick, Madam President, I know that there are new board member training sessions. One was held in January. There's another one coming up this month in February. Our new board members did attend in January. There's a women's leadership conference coming up in March, if anyone is interested in signing up for that. And there's actually a county school boards meeting tonight.
Yes.
So I'll have to get scoop on what went down. I do know that Senator Gopal is going to speak, which is always lots of interesting information coming out when he speaks with us. So more to come.
Definitely. There's also another event another training, I believe, in March, aside from the leadership of the women's conference.
Okay.
So I'll get the date on that because I was emailed about that.
Great.
Perfect, thank you. And then Mr. Singh is stepping into the liaison role for the mayor and township council. So congrats on that. Any updates this evening on the mayor and council?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. More to come then on that. All right, I think that wraps up our committee reports for the evening. So, Mr. Singh, would you please take item 9 on our agenda to approve those?
Yes, Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the administrative, student, and committee reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? The reports are all accepted.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Hawk. At this time, we will be skipping over item 10. We have reviewed the agenda at our conference meeting last week. So at this time, we will actually have a public session on agenda items only at this time. So if anyone from the public has anything to speak upon for the agenda, now is the time. We just ask that you state your name and you'll be given 3 minutes. Seeing and hearing none from our audience, can we please have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? The session is closed.
Thank you. Dr. Patel, would you please take item 13, our consent agenda?
Yes, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve the following consent agenda items: personnel, curriculum, miscellaneous, finance items 1 to 3, and policy and transportation.
Second.
I'm going to do roll call on this one. Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Ligori?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen.
Yes.
All the motions and resolutions are approved.
Thank you. At this time, we will do the motion that Dr. Zakowski had mentioned about the high school students attending the Harlem Fine Arts Show 2026 at the Glass House in New York City. Ms. James, would you want to take that motion?
Sure.
Thank
I move
you.
to approve 20 North Brunswick Township High School school art students to participate in the Arts for Technology program and attend HFAS 18 Harlem Fine Arts Show 2026 at the Glass House in New York City on Saturday, February 21st, 2026.
Second.
I'm going to do roll call on this really
Sure.
quick. Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Legori?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen.
Yes.
The motion is approved.
Excellent, thank you. All right, at this time, we can jump all the way to page 24, the last page of our agenda. At this time, we'll have a public session on any matter. If anyone from the public would like to come up to the podium and address the board, this is now the time to speak on any matter. We just ask that you state your name, and you'll be given 3 minutes. Yes, please. Good evening, sir.
Hello, my name is Josh Melisari. I live on 6 Linwood Place, North Brunswick, New Jersey. I have a daughter enrolled at North Brunswick Middle School as a 7th grader. Her name is Isis Melisari, and I'm addressing the board because I have some concerns about her opportunities in the district. She is struggling academically. I am not blaming the district for that. I want to be clear. I think her teachers are doing the best that they can. However, she's definitely below where she should be. And I understand that she needs to, come to school more often and finish her assignments more. But I'm really feeling that there's a systemic blind spot for kids who are academically struggling in the school district. I really started feeling this last year. She failed math. To be fair, the math teacher was sick a good portion of the year, and so there was a lot of subs through the class that year, but she did fail the class. When I called the counselor to say, what are some resources the district could provide to help me, get her back to speed, I was told to go to Mathnasium or to the Cambridge Learning Center, which are paid institutions. Now, I have the resources to provide that, but I know that I'm sure there are other parents who do not have those resources. And what kind of answer is that? To pay $500 or $1,000 for private tutoring if you don't have that, if you're struggling to make friends. As far as I can tell, there's no formal after-school program at North Brunswick Township Middle School like there is at Linwood, where she could be doing homework in kind of a supported environment. Nor is there any kind of formal after-school tutoring, or if there is, my daughter, I guess, does not qualify for it. And I'm really concerned that she is going to keep, I know the district's policy is not to hold kids back, but she's going to keep moving back but not have the skills, and I'm afraid she's going to drop out of high school. Because of the situation, I am looking at charter schools, which I generally do not support, but I have to do what's best for my daughter. And recently I went to Central Jersey College Prep, and they told me this is the support they provide for students who are struggling in a similar situation as my daughter, which is formal after-school tutoring, not just volunteer hours from the teachers, which the teachers this year have done, but they're not being paid. So there's no expectation that should always continue. So there's formal tutoring where the teachers are paid and they're supposed to be there. There's Saturday classes, targeted intervention classes, as well as summer school for students who don't meet the standard for that class that year. Now, I understand these are expensive things and the charter school is smaller, and to put that to scale may be expensive, but I'm really not seeing any of those kind of programs here in the district. So I am asking the district and the board to consider not just the kids who are obviously going to go to college, but kids who are really academically struggling.
Can you reach out to my office? And I would like to continue this conversation and talk, and I do appreciate you coming forward publicly to let us know about this, and we could talk in a setting, and we can involve the principal and maybe sit down.
Thank you. I would appreciate it.
Thank you so much. So, Ms. Ellis, can you give us the office line, my office line too? Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate that. We look forward to hearing about the continued conversations around that, Mr. Malasari. Anyone else from the public?
Good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Herrick.
Jennifer Herrick, Jet School. Not in negotiations here. I come in peace. So 30 years ago, I was hired as a 6th grade teacher at Judd. And as you can see, I'm on the agenda and I'm not going to get emotional. I just want to say thank you to the district for all of the opportunities, for the security that my career has provided my family. Things are very different than they were in 1995, but something that has never changed is that I'm proud to have been a teacher in North Brunswick.
I appreciate it.
And before I leave, I would be remiss as the MBTEA Vice President to not mention that the LP Valentine's Breakfast and tomorrow's Wellness Fair were both sponsored by the MBTEA. Thank you so much. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for mentioning that, Ms. Herrick. It was seriously a wonderful event to attend, so thank you for that.
And I have to admit, Ms. Passner did, in our meeting today, tell me that they did sponsor it, and I overlooked it in my notes, so I apologize. I wasn't holding back from it, so thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations on your retirement. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you all. Seeing none, can we please have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? This session is closed.
Thank you. At this time, we do have some closed session items of business to get to, so we will go into closed session. Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presented exist, now therefore be it resolved by the North Brunswick Township Board of Education that the public shall be excluded from discussion of and action upon the hereinafter specified subject matters. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as followed. Number 1, personnel matters. Number 2, financial matters. Number 3, negotiation matters. And number 4, student matters. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter shall be made public at such time as the need for non-disclosure no longer exists. This resolution shall take effect immediately. Can we please have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? We can go to closed session.
Thank you.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
The only
That's
thing
why
is,
I root
if
for
my
South
kids,
Brunswick
yeah,
when
but
I go
my
there.
kids.
I think
We'll
we
see
caught
which
that.
side you-
I think we caught that live, Dr. Zakowski.
Oh,
They're
sorry.
live.
Don't say that loud.
Go
Choosing
Raiders!
between your favorite children.
All right. Well, we welcome back, everyone. We will return to open session. So, can we have a motion to return to open session?
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, let me collect myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? We are back in session.
Thank you. We have one item of business to get to. Mr. Labori, you have a motion for us.
I'd like to make a motion, Madam President, to approve the termination of employee number 9209, effective January 15th, 2026.
Second.
And I'm going to do a roll call on that, please. Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Mr. Lagori?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen. The motion's
Yes.
accepted.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Great first regular public meeting. It was nice to have a full house tonight. We will see you all next month. Well, actually later this month, I should say. So at this time, can we please have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
Second. Oh, so moved, sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Second.
You got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? We are adjourned.
Thank you.
40.